again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in the backyard. Welcome to part 2 of my overly complicated... What are we using? It is 16 by 20. Yeah, I had to go in the house and download the first half of this recording just because the camera was so hot it was going to shut down on me. So this is going to be an interesting summer with me trying to figure this out. I've got cards in ice cube trays, and I forgot about whether that was going to set up on a hot day or not, but I think we're still okay. And the bugs have found the painting. Okay, well, so long as I can rub them in strongly enough, there'll be bugs in my painting. Yeah, they like white canvas. I didn't really expect them to like black so much, but they're out here no matter what. So that's white pearl. And I still haven't got to the place where I want to. I'm going to be unplugging bottles for a while. I'd like to find a way to do this faster for both of our sakes, but I don't know that that's going to be the case. So I'm just going to keep picking colors that I like and attempting to use up the paint in my ice cube trays, because I have it here, and I'm going to change it up a little bit by adding some other colors like my drippy gold. How about some of that right here? And I'm going to just dip my card in sideways this time before I come back. I may have to flip it over, but it's not that hard to do because it's been sitting in that paint. I am going to continue on where I was, which is to let the paint go down over the edge and try and let it do its own thing and not show too much of the black edge, although that didn't look like it worked very well to me. I don't give up easily, and you guys know that about me. That sounded like a train whistle. I didn't realize we had any train tracks anywhere near us. Or that... Ah! Come on out. That was a surprise. Surprise! You have a train. Yeah, I might as well just go for it, whatever it is, and see what happens. Just play, have some fun. Use that excess paint that I just made myself. Pull my tile over to the edge, so, excuse me, pull my canvas over to the edge of the tile so I don't have a lot of excess. I can always press my card right down. Most of the time it digs into the canvas, so you're going to have to go back. I'm just going to go right there and throw some other color in. Purple and orange are opposites, but if you use them in the right amounts, you can get away with it, which is a kind of cool and interesting thing. This is, I see that that orange or whatever that is dried, and I'm kind of glad I had the break, because now I get to try all kinds of new things on a semi-dry canvas, which evidently includes me pulling some paint sideways with my card, because I can. The name of my book on the Amazon link below the video, along with all kinds of other cool stuff. Art supplies, Floetrol, Anita's paints, folk art paints, color shift paints, all kinds of cool stuff. You could spend way too long there. Actually, it's not a huge list, but it's a fun list. So I'm not sure how this is going to work out as I move in, or even if I'm going to move in, because that was my original intention. And I'm going to have to find a much sharper skewer as things continuously, because of these particular bottles. I like that purple on there, so I'm just going to give myself permission to use it, because it changes up what's happening, and I like that. I love that color shift. And I see this, that was a white pearl and a dark purple. So I'm going to look for some of that again in a second. But I think in the meantime I'm going to go for that. Yes. I think that was a good use of that leftover paint. What else have I got on here? I want, where have I got it? I've got some iridescent pink. It is very similar to Folk Art, but not by Folk Art, and they sell it in Michael's. Way back hidden in the crafts section. This needs something over here. And what does it need? It needs... Yep, that's what it needed. I gotta be careful putting my cards down not in my little receptacle of paint, my ice cube, silicone ice cube tray that I got at Tuesday morning, because it's kind of sandy out here. And I was talking about, or teasing about, or some variation on that theme, the white pearl and the Prussian blue. Oh wait, it was purple, wasn't it? It's okay, we'll do both. Maybe if I set a few of these up at once. That is right next to some other purple. That's okay. I can change that a little bit, maybe. It's sort of like dragon scales, and then I have that great color combination left over to mix in with the one more time. They are more or less swipes. Anytime I'm pulling paint with a card, it's a swipe. And I'm going to just keep knocking my card off. Yes, that mixed up really cool. So when I get down to about 5 minutes, I'm going to assess this and see how things are going. I don't know why I knocked that off of there. I don't know what I can get away with, for how long I can get away with it, and I have no idea what this is going to look like, any of it. But if I'm going to keep pulling paint over the top of things, I really wanted to start in the center. And I did the last time I tried, but it wasn't, I didn't get any of the square card shapes, and I wanted some. Ooh, that's cool. This, that made a sort of a coppery. Okay, I'm going to take my gold and some of that green. And press all that down. That was strange. Okay, that's the edge of that other one. Yeah, that makes sense. It doesn't matter if I'm turning the card around to cover my edges, because the color is similar enough, and as it's still fairly liquidous, it'll be okay. I'm just going to turn my canvas. I see lots of little black things, white things, every kind of thing. I keep craving to try different combinations of stuff. What can I say? Now that I've figured out that I can dip my card in sideways and pull it across before I ever start, and make wonderful color combinations, especially since I use a lot of metallics and color shift paints by Folk Art. And if I have a paint color that I like, that I want a shimmer to, I use a product from Golden called Iridescent Pearl Fine. And I am trying to keep track of this. I don't want to go so far. If it looks like I'm going to eradicate all the cool stuff, I'm just going to stop. But I'm hoping that won't be the case. Now I'm going to drop that weight. Yep. Okay. I'm going to try and do my cheat. I'm also learning as I go along how much paint to put in to be able to pull, what colors do we have there? To be able to pull a long enough strip. I do love combining those colors though. It's just a ball to watch them pop. Ooh, goo. Series goo. Well, that was probably par for the course. Let's see if we can... Really? Okay, well... I don't think there's any hope for that. Oh look! Damp studio rag to the rescue works again. I still haven't used any black. I don't think that I'm really in dire need of it. I'm very curious to see what I will do when I get here. I wonder if I could just fill in. Probably not, but it might be worth a try. Might be a big pain. Or it might work. Check that out. That kind of worked. That worked way better than I expected it would. There may be hope after all. Let's try that some more. If it works that easy again, we've got a new ball game going on. Let's go here. It does take a little patience for sure. Thank you guys for hanging with me. I'll have to use a little more. Maybe whatever I use down here, I'll just use the residual right there. And if I'm going to keep doing that, and there doesn't have to be anything exact about it, that's kind of neat. I like how that's working. Oh, I've got some minty green I haven't used. And so far, I haven't completely encroached, moved all of my paint bottles where they shouldn't be. This is a completely different... This is different than what I expected. That's pretty much always true. Well, not always true, but... So that is a great minty color shift, but I have a feeling that it's not going to be as easy to get this particular color to fill in. But maybe I shouldn't be too overly concerned about perfection, and I should be more concerned with just getting it done. I'm going to see if I can actually... I don't know what this is actually like without pouring medium in it, because I haven't tried it, but I bet it's pretty intense. And that's... I was going to say that's good enough, but then I got to fix it, so... I don't know if that really counts as being good enough or not. Okay, I'm going to go a little bit less. I think. I hope I wasn't biting off more than I could chew, because I really did not expect that to work. Like I said, I wanted to start from the inside out. When I did that, I didn't get the blocky marks that I like. Just use up the excess. Any way we can. Forwards, backwards, sideways, it's all good. So I'm happy to see that some of this yellow and this orange looks like it might actually survive this process. I'm going to wipe off one of these and see if I can do some more yellow in a moment. Oh, I've got 2 minutes left. So, I guess all bets are off, and it'll be whatever it'll be. And you guys can see how that's going. That is regular white, and my yellow is coming next. And I've got some orange on a card, and I'm just going to use that right there. Try not to hurry, because hurrying is not going to help me at this point. It's asking a lot of me, from me, to try and do this. Maybe a shorter card. Maybe I've got a little tiny card. And if I don't, maybe I could cut a little tiny card. I think that might be helpful at this point. That's not tiny. But this is a little better. Okay, so let's see what happens. Oh well. Just going to squish that down. Everything's about texture, so it's fine. And we're still succeeding to a degree in any case. I'm not sure where I'm going to go from here. Kind of like that. I've got some stuff on the edge of that card that I don't like though. I'm not absolutely 100% convinced I'm succeeding at using up this yellow the way I had intended on it. But that's not a big surprise either. Okay, we did get something. I wasn't sure I was going to get anything. I kind of like the black negative space, but I don't think if I keep going I'm going to be keeping much of it. So maybe once I get into the center that'll be okay. Let's use some white and some pink. Let's see what happens. Yeah. That's me with 2 minutes left. I'm going to try and use my little tiny card to fill in my... I got schmutz. Schmutz and an uneven card edge. But it's making cool stripes, so maybe I should keep it. Maybe not. I think that's just too different. Might be time to find a nice clean card edge. Is there such a thing? That's the problem right now. Alright, it just makes me want to keep cutting acetate, and I think if I weren't being recorded, I would probably just keep cutting cards until I got what I wanted. From part one, the first layer is pretty well dry. I just want to get rid of some of those marks, and usually I would like the marks, but right at the moment I want them gone. I'm liking all of that. Trying to pick and choose my colors. I want you guys to know I love you all. Thank you for the contributions. Thank you for the compliments. Thank you for talking to me all the time. If you want to be involved in this month's contest, just go ahead and contribute to the studio through PayPal or Patreon underneath the video, or on my YouTube header. And there are Amazon links for the book called Because I Can, and you can get an ebook for $2.99 if you go there. I got 1 minute left to tell you that I have merchandise with my art printed on it at Fine Art America and on Pixels.com. If you find any one of my Facebook pages, and there are 5 of them, find the Shop More button. It'll take you to either one of those places, which are basically the same. I have Pinterest and Instagram and Facebook albums that are not responding right now because they're on a group called Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Fans and Collectors, and I think you might have to join in order to be able to see them. I really need your thumbs up. Please give me a thumbs up. It helps the placement of my videos on YouTube, and if you watch more of the video, it helps me also. So, I told you guys I love you. And I do. And if my camera's not too hot, I'll come back for part 3 because I want to put that in place. And I think you can see everything. And we'll be gone in a second. So this is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery. Out for now. See you soon. Be back right back.